Hey, y'all, it's good to see you. Come on in.
We have an exclusive soap today from the Razor Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, it's good to see you. Come on in, your chair's waiting. If you're here during the live premiere, why, join the chat. There's a lovely group of folks from all over the world who are hanging out, and we'd love to meet you too. And give us a like and subscribe. If you wouldn't mind, it would help out the channel. For our mention today, we want to talk about a large group of folks who's having a lot more fun than we are this weekend. And why is that?
They are either at the Maggards meetup, or then the next day they have the Razor Company meetup.
Or both, because they're only about an hour and 10 minutes apart from what we understand. Y'all, much like every other hobby or occupation, there are sort of conventions / meetups for the wet shaving world. They just had one in Arizona at the Razor Emporium, and there's one coming up this weekend at Maggards and the Razor Company. And because they're so close, they decided to have them at the same time, which is awesome. We appreciate that. So
and
the
there are
brethren don't have to go too far.
tickets that you have to get to some of these. So the one at Maggards has tickets for it, but each little table has a booth. Some of the artisans, some of the people that make the razors. So it's really cool to put a face to a name with all of the products you've been ordering. Some people really look forward to it through the whole year to actually meet all these people and hang out. So.
And some of our best friends we've never even met face to face because they're in the wet shaving world, and it's the Razor Company. So you can open and smell all the soaps if you want.
So maybe we'll be able to make it to the next one. But hello to everyone and have a wonderful time. We'll be thinking of you while we launch our episodes.
And why don't we meet this wonderful soap from the Razor Company? All right, y'all. So from the sales page at the Razor Company, Orenda was inspired by the popular cologne Lapidou Pour Homme by Ted Lapidou. So I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but one of the shows I've done a couple of times here on the West Coast is called The Producers, and there's a really funny scene where they're auditioning for the lead role of their play, and the rather hoity-toity choreographer's assistant asks for Jacques Lapidou. Jacques Lapidou. And somebody whispers in his ear, and he goes, Jack Lapidus. And Jack goes, right here. So I'm guessing this is more Lapidou rather than Lapidus.
I'm going to guess you're probably right.
But that might be funny too. Orenda was inspired by the popular cologne Lapidus Pour Homme by Ted Lapidus.
There you go. That could work,
So it's one or the other. Taking our own spin on this fragrance and turning it into something delectable that anyone would enjoy.
Ooh, intriguing.
Oh, and then we've got notes.
So these soaps all came out during the Black Friday sales and everything, and we were a little late on it, and this was the last one that was ready. There was like 2 to pick from, so we're like, we just gotta get it.
We're on the West Coast. By the time we woke up, there were only 2 left, y'all. These went fast, but I'm excited because we got one.
We did.
And they were sold as a set, so there's a splash involved. Y'all, let's have an unboxing. All right, y'all, so the splash got a little bit excited on the journey, and it kind of got a little bit all over. So we quarantined it. So we'll be opening that a little later. We're gonna have to do an opening of the bag, but you get the idea.
We don't want to.
There's the soap, and this was the labels, y'all. Now, in the era of AI, sometimes the AI labels are absolutely gorgeous, but sometimes simplicity also catches the eye. Look at this.
Look at those colors. It's like
beautiful.
A Herbert kind of thing going on.
Orenda.
And it's got the side label. For our den, we like to stack ours, so that's very nice. 4-ounce
and
soap.
y'all, I don't know anything about these scent notes. I just know there are a lot of them, and this is legendary as being a rather bold male fragrance.
Intriguing. Okay.
So y'all, this could be an awful
might be get
lot
educated
of things.
here.
I'm excited. Let's have a first impression. The Lapidou cologne is still available. It is not a crazy expensive. It taps out about $20.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, something along those lines.
That's what inspired this one.
But some of our favorite scents, y'all, you can still get for $7 down at the Walgreens.
Touché.
So Old Spice.
I think you're going first. You're gonna be brave.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, all right.
Is that Michigan?
Yeah, that's on their new TRC stickers too.
That's cool, y'all. For some reason, normally we just see the lake. I don't normally even see the state outline.
But it says Made in USA, and then
Love
that's
it.
the clue.
Michigan. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Orenda!
Let's
Take
see
me
what it
away.
brings.
This cologne was first produced in 1987, so I wonder if it's going to have kind of maybe a little bit of a 70s spicy note still reminiscent in here.
Okay.
Who knows? All right, let's see.
You're about to find out.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Yeah? Does it smell cologne?
Oh. Oh. I like this.
Is it a summery vibe? A spring vibe? Like, are you getting a time of year or?
You know, hold on. Okay, if the only thing I know about this soap is it has 15 million cent notes. I get that because there is not a single thing jumping out at me. So I kind of have to like explore this as if it's a brand new scent because nothing's prominent. Okay. It's a lighter scent. It doesn't go crazy dark to the tobaccos or anything like that. It kind of stays above the equator.
Is it still more masculine side?
It's very, very masculine.
Okay.
And I guess that's a great place to dive in because the sweet of this is a masculine sweet, by which I mean it's not going to be a floral. It's not going to be like a powder in this by any stretch. I think our normal question of could this go female with this one might be like only for the more adventurous females. This is more of a male cologne-centered scent, I think.
Okay.
But the 70s was about that. The 70s was very much about that guy's guy and the scent being a little muskier and darker, right? So this, yeah. Now, the funny thing, this does have some darker sides to it, but I'm having a little trouble figuring out what those are because they're not the normal tobacco for me. They're not the normal patchouli. It's like kind of like you've taken, it's kind of joined with part of the lighter side. So it's kind of like a citrus that's being taken to the smoky side.
But you feel like you're in the 70s. Like it does
Oh,
feel like
100%.
a little time warp.
And there's nothing green in this. These are your golden browns. These are kind
the
of
flower
those.
powery kind of crazy.
But you know, hold on. There is something beautifully gentle and light about the citrus that greets you. And then as it goes on, it gets way more masculine in the middle and at the end. But there's something really light and creamy and friendly about how this says hello. And then as it shakes your hand, it lets you know I've got a firm handshake. I'm a man's man kind of a deal. So I love that because what a balance. What a nice tug of war.
It just like eases you into the scent.
Right. And then once you're there, it's beautifully masculine without having to go dark or sweet. Or sweet. I love that this stays on the drier, herbier side.
Interesting. So maybe we'll see what happens when we lather. But is there a certain time of day you'd wear it?
Oh.
I mean, I know it's cologne,
for me, this is kind of afternoon, which is a little rare. This is a little like the sun's beginning to go down kind of a thing. There's still some heat energy in the air for you with this. And you know, I don't see this as a going out to the theater symphony kind of a scent. This is not like put on your suit and go out for a nice dark evening. No. No, this is for more of your beachier. This is for more of your day trip driving adventure. We were just watching Billy Connolly head across the country on Route 66, right on this great documentary on YouTube.
Go watch it.
Hopping off at all the little stops along the way. He drove a trike, right? A motorized motorcycle tricycle. That's what this smells like to me.
Fun.
Heading out on Route 66
Adventure.
to find little pockets of towns that time has forgotten decades ago. That's where and it's apropos because this comes from 1987. So it kind of does. It has that like a town from 1987 that everybody forgot, right?
A little time warp.
You just kind of discover it, but there's nobody there, like Children of the Corn, right?
Okay, do I be brave and get a whiff here?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you think of this.
Okay.
It's definitely male. Like that's what's exciting for me. It's definitely like a total masculine scent, but it's done with the darker citruses and a little bit more of the lighter spices than anything else we've ever done before. Right?
I almost feel like my grandpa might have had something similar to this. Like I am back in time a little.
And it's not your sweets. It's not your cinnamons. It's not anything like that. It's very dry. It's very herby and beautiful.
Patterned couches and like total late 60s, 70s.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a fun, light, almost powdery kind of clean side to this.
Oh, do you get that? Yeah. Do you get the powder in that?
In the middle, there's something, but it starts a little sweet, but not for too long.
Right.
Then it goes into like this clean, I don't know, drier, powdery or something. And then it does go a little more masculine, but it doesn't go the typical cologne aquatic green that I'm expecting.
No.
There's something more of like a drier thing.
It's the opposite of green for me. But could this be a 70s barbershop?
You know, I would, if I didn't see this color on the label and I just took a whiff, I might agree.
Because, darker, brass. I just kind of see like the, wood, older wood that's exposed on the walls, right? Kind of that place. A little barbershop in the late 70s lost to time, right?
But, okay, yes, I said that I could smell my grandpa on this, but I don't feel like it has old man grandpa vibes. I don't want to make it sound like that.
Right, like we just did Ben Franklin from Sterling, right? And even Rod himself said, that didn't smell too old man for you? No, it didn't. But yeah, this is the other direction. Not that, yeah. Because Ben Franklin's the darker spices, right? The old man, traditional, syrupy aftershave sort of spices. This isn't. There's nothing traditional about this except the vibe.
And the only reason I think of him is because back in the day, he would have probably had something that smelled like this.
Right.
I don't associate that with an old man.
And it's
all
a good smell. And I love that it's both vintage and cleaner.
Vintage is
I'm
a
not
good
sure
word, though.
how they did that. Like, vintage plus clean.
I do feel like you would get this at some of those stores that have vintage stuff and like odes.
Right.
Like we're in a phase where everything is kind of coming back. This oddly has a place, I have to say.
It does. And it maybe even a tiny bit of a masculine floral, but I bet you some of our questions will be answered.
We gotta whip it up here.
Make a lather. So there's a little bit of a mystery involved as to who made this soap. We're not sure. Oh, it's beautifully soft with just a little bit of a bite back in there to let you know stuff's happening. All right, and this is our KUN bowl. This is the abalone version that Sarah chose.
I did, and I went, of course, with my Razor Company brush that I think came in that same box, I gotta say.
Right.
Can I have some abuja, please?
Ooh, yes, but hold on.
A little thirsty.
Look at what's happening already.
It's waking up quickly, but it's telling me it needs a little more love here. Ooh. It's a happy little lather over there.
Thicker side, and I appreciate that, y'all, because if you're a painter like me, it stays right where you put this.
Yeah,
kind
sometimes
of
it gets a little more like airy in the soap, and sometimes it's got thicker.
A little fluffier, which is cool because it stays slick. But I like it a little thicker. I like to see right where I put it on my face, right? Wow, thick like actual yogurt in the bowl. And that's how you know you won, y'all. I know we don't comment on lather.
No, never.
But I'm going to comment on lather. Look at this. Look at this. This is an ice cream you won't find at McDonald's on a Sunday. I'm telling you that. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful. All right. Y'all.
Cleaner? What do we get?
And you know what else I love about this? Let's have a grown-up conversation. Coffee is one of my favorite things, but I hate drinking it alone. Because, well, not like alone, but but without anything in it. Because I make this face.
A little better.
It is. And the thing is, when you have the right kind of cream, when you have the kind of sugar you like, it becomes amazing because those ingredients offset that thing in the middle that was a little too bitter. And once it's been balanced out, it becomes one of your favorite things. And what I can experience in this is there is something in the middle of this that binds the bright and the medium that if it were alone would be on my, I'd make a face. I don't. But because of everything they've surrounded it with, that center note has become beautiful for me, much the way that coffee has become beautiful for me and grapefruit has become beautiful for her, because that's how it balances out. And I love when artisans are brave enough to put one of those notes in the middle, because it makes the soap so interesting and intriguing, because your note gets to enjoy that bitter note while it's been balanced out by all this other cool stuff that makes it so palatable.
Okay, so now before we go read the list here, I know it's a giant list, but can you pick out a singular scent note? Because I was trying.
Maybe I'm just being a little bit guided by the label, but orange?
Yeah.
But musk?
Yeah, there has to be something musky, powdery.
Oak moss, some wood
there in is, but they're lighter woods, like a cedar or something like that. And I don't get like the typical, I'm sure it's in here, like vanilla, tonka bean or something, but there's something that has the personality to it. And I don't think it's a floral, but I feel like you're right on the
If it is a floral, it's
side.
a tiny white one. It's a carnation or something like that in the very center.
Or it's like an orange blossom, like it's almost citrus, but not.
Okay, you know what? Strap in, y'all, because this might take a few minutes. We might have to do this on fast forward. Here come the scent notes.
Here. It's serious.
So we're just going to go check. So top notes. We're going to start with pineapple.
Oh, see, it's a lighter citrus.
Yeah, not an Aventus pineapple. Y'all just go to the hints of a frosty pineapple. And then going right to your floral.
Lavender.
These are all top notes, by the way.
Right,
Artemisia. That's it. Beautiful.
Oh, and then look, juniper berries.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That's what's giving it that dry clean without making it sweet.
That
the
is a
juniper.
New one.
That's how they're sweetening it, and it's glorious. And then
lemon
and basil to give a little. Oh, and bergamot.
So see, that's where
that's the barbershop comes into this. Y'all, 100%. There's a
fresh,
70s
clean,
barbershop
powdery
in this.
kind of vibe. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then middle notes.
Okay.
Now, I see incense. Marcus was right. I see incense. Someday I'll have a normal Marcus was right.
And honey?
Honey. That's a hard note
Yeah.
to do because we've gotten a few samples from Barrett Fragrances and a couple of them have honey notes. There's honey
Hard
notes
to do.
and there's honey notes. So this has more of the sweeter honey note in it. And then,
Oh, pine tree.
got it. Love
I
it.
do smell that. See, it's a different green though. Brazilian rosewood. Not just rosewood.
And between the pine tree and rosewood,
Rose. I missed it.
That.
Yeah.
That. So if you can imagine at the heart of this, remember when you asked me, can you pick out a single scent note? You know what I did pick out that I couldn't really identify? Pine with rose. Because when you see a Christmas tree with roses in it, you don't see that. But when you smell for that, smell for the rose with the pine.
It's so interesting, but it works so well.
I
That's
know.
that middle part that we just got lost in.
You just don't expect it. And then going on.
Oh, more floral. Jasmine.
The little white flowers.
Caraway.
Hey, y'all, that's unexpected. Orris root. Lily of the valley.
And petitgrain.
Little tiny bit of a rain smell to it, maybe.
Interesting. And we haven't even gotten to the base notes yet.
Beautiful. Right. And then what's grounding this little beauty? Tobacco and patchouli.
That's the more masculine
So Marcus
side.
is wrong. Oh, that one's big. It doesn't like me over there. Tobacco and patchouli, and then the barbershop
Oak moss,
continues.
musk,
Oak moss and musk.
And then amber,
Love it. Yep, absolutely.
sandalwood.
Yep, it sweetens it up, softens it up in the base,
And there is some tonka bean and cedar. Last
tonka bean
ones.
and cedar at the end, just to make sure when you leave it, it's gentle and kind.
There is a lot
Wow.
in that little soap, y'all.
Is this the winner for most scent notes of any soap we've done?
It's
It might
pretty
be.
darn close. If not, I mean, we might have one. I think Christmas or like fall, we had a few that were like, wow, it's still going.
You know
There's
what's
a
funny?
lot in there.
Is when I smell it and I smell for how sweet it's not, I get a beautiful dry wave wash over me.
Ah.
But if I smell for the sweet, I almost get like a meadow.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird.
do get an
The
outdoor
sweet
rug.
is wild in this. I can't really decide if it's really sweet or not at all.
And it's so funny with the amount of florals that are in here. We weren't even
Right.
sure originally when we took a scent. Like, I know there's probably a floral, but we didn't expect that many.
No.
It's making it have a different type of scent. Like, I still don't think of flower garden when I smell it, but I read that list and I'm like, man, there are a lot of florals in there. I wasn't expecting.
So we're going to have a meeting as to whether or not this is sweet or not. We'll be back with you in a minute. And you know, it is time! It's time to look at the splash! Now, I think just the lid might have come loose a little bit, so we're going to get our hands dirty here.
But I brought the towel.
Let's see if we can
It's
save this little guy.
It had to live in the closet so we didn't ruin the smell before we did it. Gotta
Right,
get your
this
whiff.
got banished to
We
the
didn't want to
the
ruin the
closet.
first whiff
It's
here.
lovely. Here, smell the bottle. Smell the outside.
Yeah, I know. A little bit on the outside.
Ooh,
Okay. Here we go.
right. Okay, y'all, so we think the lid was just a bit loose.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
think
happened.
there was a casualty. It just got loose.
Oh.
Wow, but look at the color of the splash. It has a little bit of a lemony
It's a little
kind
brighter,
of
right?
little
I
sparkle
get more of the
going on
lemon.
there.
I get more of the citrus. What do you get?
I mean, I'm seriously in the 70s, though.
I know. This is great.
That's crazy. Like, I feel like I just had a time warp when I was a little kid tinkering around in my grandma's, like, makeup cabinet or something. Like, a different scent from the 70s.
Right, yeah.
But, I think the citrus and florals start off stronger here.
Oh.
And then it goes into more the masculine, woodsy part really at the end.
I do get your grandpa from this.
Isn't it weird? My
That's
grandpa
wild.
Rice.
The cologne's not that expensive. I wonder if he might have worn it.
I don't know. My grandma said she hid the box with all the stuff, so we're gonna have to go digging in the attic
somewhere
here.
when he passed. It's a beautiful
It
and
really
intriguing smell. Like, I can't tell if it's really sweet or not.
I know. I feel like I'm just gonna throw some on because it's already
Oh
all over
yeah,
my
by all
hands.
means.
It has a little bit of a lotiony thing.
It does. I love that.
Yeah, a little skin foody thing or something. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll bring out more of the florals. We'll see.
Right. Oh.
There's something fun in the middle happening.
It got sweeter.
And then
Not just your chemistry. The
No.
splash is sweeter, y'all.
but there's something in it that
Oh.
the florals are here, but they're like dry florals.
Wow.
They're not a normal, like, after reading that list.
I do get tiny wisps of aqua velva. I do get tiny
see that,
wisps
actually.
of more traditional aftershaves
Yeah,
of those 50s and 60s.
They're even just
Yes.
like the incense, the tobacco, the patchouli.
It's
like
there.
It's still masculine.
I feel
but
like this is almost an homage to all of the scents of the 50s and 60s that came before it.
No,
because
I would
this
agree.
came from the 80s.
like instead of standing there and smelling like the 4 or 5 you have from
Right.
that classic aftershave homage month, you could just smell this, and
Yes.
it's like a combo
I think
friend.
this is like the 1980s homage to the 1960s and 70s. I think that's what this is, because I can smell that it's been updated for the 80s. It's been given a little bit more of a sweetness. It's been given a little bit more of a smoothness, but I can for sure know where this came from. I mean, when you hear it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, this isn't a modern comic book. This is a Dickensian novel, and you just can't hide that.
Every whiff, there's like a new thing. I get more lime, or I get more of the, the masculine side, or then I get more of the citrusy side.
The way the flowers are playing against everything else, nobody is winning that tug of war, but I feel that tug of war happening through this entire scent. Wow.
I don't know what this is from. You can put it in the comments, but the whole time I keep reading Lepidus, in my mind I keep hearing Zetus Lepidus, and it's from a movie, maybe a Disney something that came out. Help me out here, people. I don't know.
So if you know, throw it in the comments.
I think it may have been a Disney Channel movie, something back in the day.
No, I'm curious, or if this smells like it.
I don't know, right? Okay, so after knowing that list is so large of scent notes, and then taking a whiff, it's crazy that it can come out as this.
Right.
I think that's why every time you take a whiff, it could be different.
Right.
Because there are so many things happening.
And, I think the danger with having 8 million scent notes is that you're just going to end up with something a little bit, like mixing too many colors. You're just going to end up with something brown, right? It's just going to be like that. No. Somehow, even though this is all of the scent notes that there are, the way they balanced them, each one is being given like its little moment to have a solo, like in a Billy Joel show.
There you go.
Like everybody in this is being heard. Every scent note in this is being sensed, but I'm not sure how they did it with so many scent notes.
And
like, you'd think that'd be impossible.
If you wore this in the morning, you'd get a different vibe. If you wore this later in the afternoon, you'd get a different vibe.
Right.
Or at night. Like, it's a really versatile scent because there's so many things happening.
Yeah, and you just think of like the lotions or the various things that we would use toiletry-wise in the 70s and kind of put all of those smells together in a vibe. This sells it. It sells it beautifully.
It really does.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting to have, we just kind of spontaneously ended up with this one, but it's kind of fun because I feel like we really did just get educated.
I think there were 7 or 8 that dropped on Black Friday at the Razor Company, and I hope it's a tradition they continue because
these are fun.
Awesome.
Just different parts of the scent come through.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. All you have to do is figure out that under the right circumstances, a producer can make more money with a flop than he can with a hit. Then you're gonna go find the weirdest playwright you ever found and the weirdest script that's ever been written. You're gonna put it up at the theater and you're gonna get exactly the response you wanted. Of course, it's probably gonna land you in jail, but you just got your own! So head over to therazorcompany.com where you'll find this and a ton of other stuff I want.
Back from my shave with Orenda, and I have to say the lather on this was quite an experience. Totally thick, and it just wanted to lather and layer on my legs as I was going. The scent is wonderful. It just puts me in this really cool time warp that I wasn't expecting. So I do feel like I would go back to this, especially if I wanted a little nostalgia and just to feel fresh and clean. This is a nice, fun one. So thank you, TRC.
Welcome to Messages.
So this brush is from Matt at Teton Shaves. He sent it to us for free, and we have really enjoyed using it. And he also sent us a magic code to his website to get any brush so that we can have a giveaway for you!
Any brush on the whole site, y'all! And they are amazing and gorgeous. It was more than generous. So all you have to do is check out his various social media presences at Teton Shades and then be a subscriber here to the Barbershop Duet on YouTube and send an email to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so that we know how to get back to you if you are our lucky winner chosen on May 1st. So check back, y'all, and best of luck.
It's funny going back to the puck after the lather and the splash. Like, this smells so plain. Something really woke up and we lathered.
It's supposed to, because when I taste my food that's been made from concentrate, it's way better than the concentrate smell. Like, this is where this.
That's where the fun's at.
And I love that this is so boldly clean.
It is.
Boldly clean. This isn't just hinting at the fact that you might not have any dirt on you. This is insisting on it, and I kind of love that.
And
it's
it
kind
really
of a
does.
Bossy scent.
It is, but it also still has that like 70s barbershop in it too.
Right. You know how guys from the 70s who are fresh out of the barbershop and looking good, they're a little bit bossy, right? In that kind of authoritative way. That's what this is talking to me about, and I love this.
I would completely agree. Yeah, hopefully they bring back the other ones for this Black Friday something.
There were a few that they're still singing songs about, y'all, and we missed out completely, so I hope they come come back on
We'll
Black
have to
Friday.
get
And I
up
hope we
earlier
can set our
next
alarms.
time.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
up earlier. We had a lot to do last year.
So we hope everyone has a wonderful time at the Maggards and TRC meetup this weekend.
Send us
we are there in
pictures.
spirit, yes. But don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Why, you'll smell better just watching this.